Moving on. Writing test 1 and 2, you will have 1 hour. You have to write both 1 and 2 in 1 hour. And if you are looking for high score like 8 score or 9 score, you have to write standard way, standard language. That means standard language, I mean normally when you are able to use a linking word to make a long sentences without avoiding with avoiding full stop, then you will score. You are expected to get high score. That we use linking word and conjunctional using conjunctional conjunctions, or sometime you better to write passive voice rather than using active voice. Helpful for you to get good score in writings, as we have discussed in writings too. When your question is agree and disagree, you have to emphasize some logical points and realistic support. If the question is like this, then some people think that studying abroad is better for the student in third world country. To what extent do you agree or disagree? These questions you have to explain some. To what extent do you agree or disagree in these points? The main thing is your opinions, and why do you support to study abroad is better than study in your country, in your native country. You have to bring some logics, and logic should be strong and logic, and clearly statement should be clear. Then with relevant examples, you have to bring some relevant example in these things. If there is a mention that if question is like this, discuss both view and your opinions. In these cases, you have to write some people things about some people who support the statement, why they support, their supportive logics and their realistic statement like examples, and who don't support. Para should be 4 para you can write. So every task 2, for 1 para 1 is introduction, 2 is agreement, and 3 is disagree, and 4 is conclusions. In these cases, you can write 4 para. One is introduction, another is agree. Agree means the people who agree, why they agree. Bring some logics, some supportive logic. And para 3 should be disagree. The people who disagree on the statement that study abroad is better, not better, they have to bring some logics, and at the end you have to write your opinions, and in conclusion I like to share my opinions and whether you support or not. 4 para, task 2 should be 4 para. And another type of question is there, the advantage and disadvantage. In terms of writing advantage and disadvantage, this not your opinions. Like question like this, the mobile phone has lots of advantages, and question require what are the disadvantages of availability of mobile phone everywhere and using mobile phone for every people, and disadvantage as well. In these cases, in this question you have to write some advantage. What are the advantages we are getting using mobile phone, and what are the disadvantages? Should be in this, and there should be 4 para: introductions, and advantages, disadvantages, and conclusions. Let's talk about the question like this, region and solve types of question in IELTS. We can have in IELTS. We may have in IELTS. If the question is like this, the people of a country increasing day after day, what are the regions and how it can be solved? This is another type of question. We mentioned region and solve. In terms of region and solve question, you have to bring why people are increasing regions, one first of all, secondly, thirdly, and how it can be solved. Okay, now things that we have discussed about writing test and speaking test. The speaking test is another test. The thing is that there are three parts. The speaking test, personal part, or with the short topics. Cue card. Cue card means a topic will be given by the examiners to the candidate, and if the candidate understand well what topics he is given, there are some questions, and the candidate will be given 1 minute to think about the topic, and in 2 minutes candidate have to speak. But the thing is, everything's in cue card. If candidate cannot speak English well of his own, and if candidate have speak something by memorizing, they cannot get good score, because IELTS is a language test, and examiner requires the capability of speaking English, whether a candidate can speak English well or not. And extra question, third part is extra question. Third part, in extra question, there is some things. Some question can be asked, may be asked, or will be asked by the examiner to the candidate, cue card related. But of these sorts of question in third part, better to explain lengthy way rather than short ways. This is the parts of speaking. And score is justified by 4 skills. As we have mentioned earlier in the speaking part, 4 skills. Number 1 is fluency, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciations. Pronunciation is very important for the non-native speaker. Non-native speaker cannot speak English correctly with correct pronunciation, so we have to emphasize on the pronunciations. Let's talk about some band scoring systems. Some student from India and Pakistan asked me, as well from Saudi Arabia and Jordan, or some Arabian country asked me how the band score of IELTS. We are going to talk about the band score of IELTS. Band score is 9, as you know, 9 band score, but individually there is 9 nines. But scoring systems we are going to discuss. Scoring systems. The persons who asked me from India and Pakistan, I like to answer them. In terms of scoring IELTS band score, there is 9 band score. For example, you achieve 7, 6, 7, and 8. What will be your band score? If you score 6, 7, 7, we have to add all the score individually, and we have to divide by the 4, and your score will be counted. For example, if your reading score is 7, if your reading is 7, listening 7, and reading 6, writing 7, speaking 8. Total score is 7, 6, 7, 8. 28 total divided by 4 is 7. Your score is 7. But here is some things. When you score total 7.12, 7.12, what will be your score? अगर आपका स्कोर 7.12 आएगी, आपका स्कोर कैसे होगी, क्या होगी, इसका आंसर में मुझे ये बताना ज़रूर है। 7.12 भी स्कोर नहीं है, क्योंकि IELTS अथॉरिटी उन्होंने जो मार्कशीट बना रहे हैं, इसका मार्कशीट बनाना का कायदा है, कानून है। 7.12 की स्कोर नहीं है। 7.12 जब होगी, इसका स्कोर होगी 7 पॉइंट्स, क्योंकि 75% की ऊपर जो है, इसको ऊपर का स्कोर इधर योर स्कोर शुड बी 7.5 और 7 पॉइंट्स। बट अगर 7.12 स्कोर जो है, ये 75% को ऊपर स्कोर कवरेज करने के लिए काबिल नहीं, इसके लिए आपका स्कोर हो गया 7 पॉइंट्स। अगर आपका स्कोर जब होगी 7.35 और 36, जब ये होगी 7.35 और 36 होगी, इसका स्कोर होगी टोटल 7.5, क्योंकि 7.5 कवरेज करता है, 7.35 ये 75% कवर करता है, इसके लिए 7.5। अगर आपका स्कोर जो होगी 7.85 स्कोर क्या होगी? 7.85 स्कोर होगी 8 स्कोर होगी। ये है स्कोर का सिस्टम्स। जो स्टूडेंट हम मुझे सवाल किया पाकिस्तान से, हिंदुस्तान से, आंसर ये है। Some students have asked me some question from Saudi Arabia and Jordan. Those who speak in Arabic, I like to mention them. Ahlan sahlan. أنت تعرف اللغة الإنجليزية؟ اللغة الإنجليزية هذه اللغة العالمية. And IELTS, in IELTS, the question was from Saudi Arabia that to study abroad, which score is better for us? It's good. If you are looking to study abroad, if you are looking to get good score, if you are looking to have a scholarship, you have target 7.5. And 7.5 will be better for you to get a scholarship in anywhere in the world.